Hello, we are Enactus Youngstown State University, and today we are presenting to you the BIRD project, a bridge between a solution to the plastic waste problem and the 3D printing industry. My name is Mile.
My name's Hallie McCaskill.
I am Lucas Schillheimer.
Enactus YSU is a team hosted at Youngstown State University in Youngstown, Ohio. After a few rebuilding years, we have finally built an all-star team with a love of entrepreneurship and a passion for helping others. Our first major project since rebuilding our team is what led us to the early stage competition.
Plastic pollution will continue to grow as a problem unless we begin to come up with more creative solutions. You can just see the impact around the world, killing wildlife and overwhelming communities. Locally, within the Great Lakes, 96% of debris found on the beaches are plastics. Even within other water sources in Ohio, it is among the same. In fact, during every individual beach cleanup, tens to hundreds of pounds of plastics are recovered. Many of these plastics are considered non-recyclable and are sent right back to landfills. With this, we saw an opportunity to act and create the BIRD project.
The BIRD project stands for Bring It Right Back, and it refers to doing what recycling plants cannot, which is taking the non-recyclable plastic materials and bringing them right back into production. Enactus YSU team has found a way to take these plastic, break them down, and recycling them into 3D printing filament, and then sell them to local companies in the 3D printing industry, as Youngstown is considered to be one of the capitals of 3D printing industry of the world.
So how do we get our plastic? Our goal was to set up straw recycling bins around the city of Youngstown in local restaurants and places with heavy foot traffic. Now we're in 12 locations and get over 1,500 straws per week. So far, we have partnered with 10 local restaurants across the city of Youngstown and plan on partnering with more after the stay-at-home orders are relaxed. We are also partnered with Youngstown State University Recycling, the Youngstown Business Incubator, and Unilever, who all offer us resources and mentorship as we move forward.
For creating the 3D printing filament, it is a 4-step process. After we bring the material in, we then clean the material. We let it soak in our cleaning solution for approximately 3 hours. After that 3-hour time period is up, we rinse the material off, and then we let it dry. Then if we were working with straws, we would then fuse the straws together to make it easier to shred. Moving on to step 2, this is where we shred the material. Currently we are using a modified paper shredder to shred all of our plastics down. So this is where we shred down the material to create the optimal size to create the filament itself. So that's where we create the optimal size, we then send it through our dehydrator. So the dehydrator is a very important process. This is where we remove any excess moisture to create a higher quality filament. And step 4 is where we create the filament itself. So we send it through the hopper of our extruder, and then it goes through the extruder and out the nozzle, and then this is where it creates the filament.
From the starting day of the BIRD project up until now, we have been in the running for multiple grant awards. First of all, we secure funding from the Enactus Unilever Bright Future Grants, where we were chosen to be the recipients of $1,500 grants. Secondly, we applied to the One Race for Ocean competition and got chosen to be one of the representatives of Enactus United States to move forward into the worldwide competition. And finally, we placed second in the Youngstown area in the John Bergen Entrepreneurship Prize. Up to this point, we have collected 22 pounds of plastic waste from local restaurants, and we are using them to carry out a variety of recycling experiments. Our project also directly impacts 118 individuals in the region. The majority of them is from the age from 18 to 25, and through our educational activities, we have also helped 65 individuals learn new entrepreneurship skills that are practical and applicable to their career and professional developments.
Moving forward, Enactus YSU wants to make sure that every restaurant in the region is not throwing away any plastic straws. We also plan to research ways to begin recycling other plastics such as plastic bags and bottles to convert those into 3D printing filament as well. Finally, we plan on having river, beach, and Great Lakes cleanup events to help preserve our local environment and provide education to the public about the importance of recycling and how they can play their part.
Covid-19 has had a great impact in the world, which has pushed our project to a standstill. We had to find a way to help those on the front lines. So by creating face masks and designing air savers, this was the best way we could put our resources to good use. So we produced the printable portions of the face masks, which are designed to keep doctors and nurses safer while working by shielding off any contagion that could potentially splash into their face. We printed off the face masks until we ran out of filament and sent them to Maker's Workshop in Maynard, Massachusetts, where they construct face masks sent in from people around the country and distribute them to hospitals around the United States. The Ear Savers were an idea that I got from my mom, who is currently a volunteer nurse at the VA in Richmond, Virginia. These are designed to keep the face mask bands off the back of your ears, removing that wear or that constant stress being pressed against the back of your ears, creating one less thing that doctors and nurses have to worry about. The Ear Savers were designed in Photoshop based off a word. The two examples shown are of warrior and hero, where I've chosen the arrow to represent the warrior, and I've chosen a hidden Wonder Woman logo to represent the hero. This is the time where we would like to thank all of the doctors and nurses on the front line. You are truly warriors and especially heroes in our eyes. Thank you.
Moving forward from COVID, we plan to resume straw recycling collection, testing recycled filaments, finalizing our product, and filling our first order for mass production to YSU and other samplers.
To sum up, the BIRD project creates a connection between a solution to the plastic waste problem and the 3D printing industry by doing what the recycling plant cannot, which is recycling the non-recyclable, and to make them into filament that is of high demand in the Youngstown, Ohio area, one of the 3D printing capitals of the world. Up until now, we have recycled 22 pounds of plastic, educated 118 people on the importance of recycling practices, and partnered with 10 local restaurants to begin our recycling programs. Due to COVID-19, we have pivoted the BIRD project to make PPE for nurses on the front line of the pandemic.
Looking into the future, we want to perfect our recycling process with less manual effort and more automation. We also want to research how to recycle more plastics, plan community service cleanup events, improve social media education during the stay-at-home orders, and reach out to the remaining restaurants in Youngstown to set up more straw collection stations.
We are the BIRD project. Bring it right back. Thank you for listening, and we will be happy to answer any question you might have.